what's up guys, this is Fear of the Moons, and we are doing the last episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 131. This is my first...
Hey everybody, Super Nintendo, welcome to my video.
Yeah, he's been doing rants about this show, but he told me I should do a last episode review of the show. I literally just watched the last episode just now, like maybe 10 minutes ago. So what do you have your thoughts about this episode?
I'll let you go first, because I'm gonna be ranting like a bitch. I can already say that.
Well, okay, so the first part, so you see somehow Jiren is full power just because he has somebody that's stronger than him. And you see Android 17 somehow damaging Jiren. And then you see, and we don't even have we have an explanation how Android 17 survived, but it's kind of like bullcrap how he survived. And one thing with what's their name, Frieza. When Frieza and Goku are fighting Jiren, and like in the middle of the episode, you see them, Goku in base form, you see Frieza in final form, and then you see them fighting, beating the crap out of Jiren. And then you see Goku flickering Super Saiyan, and then you see them do like a little.
We probably should assume that that's a brand new transformation. Super Saiyan Black and Gold. Ooh.
Yeah, and then in this and it kept noticing that when they did the suicide, it knocked all three of them out. But guess what? The only one that survived was Android 17. So, and we don't even have where he was at when they were fighting. So, yeah, this episode was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible like usually other episodes, but we still don't even have like explanation like how did Vegeta get Super Saiyan evolution? You know what I mean?
It's never even hinted at in previous episodes that this
we still
even
don't
a possibility.
Even know. Yeah, we still don't even know how he got it.
It's basically like imagine Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, but you don't see any of the build up in the previous episodes.
Yeah, and
or rather basically like imagine what would be a good comparison? It's kind of like Super Saiyan 3 when you think about it, because Super Saiyan 3 wasn't even hinted at prior to its use.
Yep.
But I'd say the big difference is with Super Saiyan 3 is Goku has been training for 7 years off screen for the most part. You don't think he would have unlocked a form higher than what his son achieved?
Yep.
But Vegeta, for the most part, has been training on screen for us, and there's not even a little twinkle of hint that this was even a thing. And why does it have so many parallels to Ultra Instinct? I don't get it.
Especially the eyes, like they're really, yeah.
Why does it? If you look closely in his aura too, he has the Ultra Instinct aura mixed in with Super Saiyan Blue. It's like, why? He's buffer like Ultra Instinct. And apparently Ultra Instinct is its own transformation, not a skill or technique, like it was pretty much stated in the Resurrection F saga.
Yeah.
Contain the ranting, Super Nintendo. He's not done with the talking about the episode yet.
And one thing, when we get the little intro music, the opening music into that part, okay, that was actually pretty cool. I mean, it was
Limit Break X Survivor. I do actually like that song.
Yeah. Jonas Dynamic is okay. It just don't feel like Dragon Ball.
It doesn't feel like it should be an opening theme, I think, is the problem.
Yeah, maybe it could be an outro.
Yeah. It worked really well when Goku was fighting Hit and he went Kaioken and his like
Oh
the
yeah,
the theme starts playing. That was fucking badass, but I don't think it should have been an opening theme.
yeah.
It worked really well as a battle theme. Like imagine him fighting Beerus or Frieza with that form. It wouldn't have made up for those shitty fights, but it would have made them more enjoyable, I guess.
Yeah, and then we get somehow. Okay, we turns Frieza like, he's awake. He's alive. Like basically he had the
He's a
halo and the
real boy.
halo's gone and the halo's gone. And somehow, so we see at the end of the episode, like almost at the end of the episode, we see Frieza in space where his little his spaceship is. You see his minions alive when they died in Resurrection F.
So there's only two possibilities for that. Either Frieza has the ability to make minions at the snap of a finger, or Whis brought back all of his minions as well.
Yeah. And I think you think Whis did brung back Frieza to life because he did so good in the tournament.
That's what was stated, but my problem isn't that he did it or that why he did it. My problem is that this is even a thing in the first place because between him being able to turn back time and him being able to bring back the dead, there's no fucking point to using the Dragon Balls anymore.
Pretty much.
The things that the fucking series is named after are made useless by the existence of this blue-skinned prima donna bastard.
Yeah, it's really like, well, when I saw this show, like the first episode, oh yeah, I was hype. And then when we kept going on and on, after we hit Universe 6 tournament, yeah, that was a good moment. And then after we hit Goku Black, it was okay, but they kept it going too long. And then yeah, Tournament of Power went on for like almost 50 episodes, right?
I don't think so. I don't think there isn't a single good arc in the show.
Except I like the Universe 6 tournament.
I like moments in it, but I don't think it's a good arc overall because it's just 5 fights against 5 people we don't know anything about, so we have no real context.
Wait, how about the Beerus one?
The Beerus arc is fucking garbage.
Yeah. I like how...
So is the Resurrection F arc is garbage as well. The Universe 6 tournament isn't nearly as bad as the first 2 arcs. The Goku Black arc is... It's also a bad arc, but it at least tried a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it introduced a lot of interesting concepts, but the big problem with this is the main villains, how the main villain even exists, doesn't make any sense. Because the temporal causality loop, that type of time travel paradox can't possibly work in Dragon Ball's method of time travel. See, if you don't know what a temporal causality loop is, it's essentially, have you ever played Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
You know what the Song of Storms is?
I think so.
The windmill song?
I think so. Yeah.
You know that? Well, in Ocarina of Time, Link learns that song from the future version of the man in the windmill, who tells Link 7 years prior that some green-clad little boy, aka Link, used this song to fuck with the windmill, and he's been angry ever since. But in him telling future Link this, who prior to this moment had never heard of the song, the future created itself. However, this method of time travel only works if there is no multiple timeline. There can only be one timeline in order for this time travel method to work. Dragon Ball's entire thing of how Goku Black exists doesn't make any sense, and as a result, the entire arc falls apart because the whole reason this arc was started in the first place is because of Goku Black.
Yep.
That's not even the only issue with this arc, because there's the Patara retcon design, the Patara plot hole that is disguised as a retcon.
Yep.
And there's so many other things wrong with that arc, but it has a lot of good moments, and Goku Black, from a character design and personality at least, is pretty cool.
I like Zamasu too.
Yeah, I hate their motivation though, because it makes them. I hate the type of villain that is like, oh, I will solve all of the world's problems of violence by using violence. No, that's not how that works.
Pretty much, it don't.
Violence only breeds more violence. It really annoys me when villains do this. And Goku Black and Zamasu, by extension, are really boring from a motivational standpoint because of that. And like Rose, it's never actually explained what it is in the anime. It is explained what it is in the manga, for the manga's credit. And Rose does have a little guide thing that states what it is, but within the actual series, it's never explained what it is. Super Saiyan Rage comes completely the fuck out of nowhere and never even hinted at what it is. Future Trunks using the Spirit Sword, the Spirit Bomb Sword, with no fucking explanation. And yeah. Tournament of Power goes on for, what is it, like 65 episodes? Oh my god, this arc should have only been 20 episodes max. Arc is fucking terrible because it introduces so many well, now I don't even want to say introduces, because honestly a lot of the problems with the universe survival arc didn't even originate in this arc, but it goes on for way fucking longer than it needs to. Introduces another situation where Majin Buu, his fat ass, just falls asleep. Which, by the way, I love how he's awake at the end of the tournament during the little recap thing, like during the celebratory dinner, like, oh yay, we saved the universe. Majin Buu's awake. Where the fuck were you, you lazy asshole?
Yep.
That's a slap in the face to anybody who wanted to see Majin Buu do anything cool in this show. Because imagine what the Tournament of Power could have been like if Majin Buu was in there.
Why would it turn into Kid
Majin Buu could have been absorbing people. He could have been turning people into fucking candy. Maybe he would have gotten pissed off and released another Kid Buu from him.
Alright, so pretty much I think we're gonna end this episode off. I don't want to keep it going too long. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you think of the last
We
episode.
didn't talk about like what our overall thoughts of the whole show are, and like
Uh,
where and what, and I think the final note should be which is better between this and GT. But first, let's talk about how we would rate this show.
all right, you first.
You first. I'll let you go first since everybody already
The
knows
whole
my
show.
rating. Yeah, the
Mm,
show as a whole. If you had to watch every arc in order, like Goku, the Battle of Gods arc, Resurrection F, Universe 6, Goku Black, Universe Survival.
well, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10.
For me, it'd be way less. It'd be like a 2 at most. And I'd say, comparing this with GT, which do you think is the better product and why?
GT.
Why do you think that?
Well, we actually have an explanation how he got Super Saiyan 4.
Yes.
And the story makes sense compared to Super, to be honest.
It makes sense from a narrative standpoint.
I'd rather watch GT than Super.
And on top of that, GT only goes on for a measly 64 episodes compared to the 131 episodes of Super.
Pretty much.
And also, here, this is the most important part for me. Well, two most important parts. GT has little to no actual continuity issues with Z, or Dragon Ball for that matter.
Yeah.
It does have continuity issues, but they're not huge ones for, and just about everything that GT brings up expands the lore rather than limits it. Super goes out of its way to limit the lore of Dragon Ball, and it really annoys me for that. Because why is it only Earthlings and people on Earth that are fighting in the Universe 6 tournament? Oh, there's only 28 planets with actual life on them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and just annoys me.
So, is that our final review?
Yeah. What do you guys think of Super? And do you agree with us that it's a pile of dog shit?
Yeah.
Actually, I'd rather watch dog shit than this show. At least I can watch it turn into like a
I'd rather
white
watch
chocolate.
My Hero Academia than this.
Well,
We need to do a My Hero Academia Season 1 review on your channel.
That's comparing a piece of gold to a little turd nugget. I'd rather what terrible anime would you rather watch than this?
Shoot, I'd rather watch Naruto.
Naruto, I don't think is like a terrible anime, although it is the worst that I've seen.
I think Naruto is just boring. The Shippuden one,
I'd
definitely.
rather watch School Days, because School Days is notorious for being one of the worst anime ever. And I would rather watch that piece of shit than Dragon Ball Super. At least School Days doesn't go on for 130 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's only like 12.
Yeah,
maybe
this show's been going on
episodes.
for 3 years. Well, almost 3 years.
Holy fuck, it has.
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Holy shit. And it's around the same length as like the original Dragon Ball too. It doesn't deserve to go on for that long. Like, look at like how much has actually happened in Dragon Ball Super. What will you be missing if you skip Dragon Ball Super, if you watch the series in chronological order? What will you be missing? I'll tell you what you'll be missing. Fucking nothing. What will you be missing if you skip Dragon Ball and just jump in straight with Z? you'll be missing a good chunk of the story.
Yep, pretty
How
much.
Goku became the way he is. How he became this strong. What are the Dragon Balls? What are all this shit? You'll be missing all of that.
Yep.
It's oh my god. I'm just glad I don't have to talk about this show anymore.
Yeah, and one day we'll
Uh,
do a season 1 review for My Hero Academia on his channel. And link in the description for Super Nintendo.
I do let's plays and discussions and rants and
And etc.
vlogs and recently I haven't actually made a video on my channel about this currently, but my aunt's boyfriend Sam 10doh gave me a box of Japanese candies and treats and stuff, and I'm gonna be doing a random like video where I pull one of those random treats out of a bag or something randomly and try it. Because you know, fuck it, let's run wild. Let's streak in the streets.
Alright guys,
Toga.
you get what he means. He's just trying to tell you what his channel's gonna be like. And he's got the little channel update, little mini channel update. Yeah, so by the way, hope you guys enjoyed this episode about episode 131, final episode of Dragon Ball Super. Give me your thoughts and your final
It's
rating of
shit.
the show. Yep.
This
So,
show shit.
yep. Alright guys, hope you
What's it?
check out Super Nintendo, and I'm out. Bye.